Hi, this is a video where I am going to show you how to draw molecular structures for covalent compounds. So we're going to end up there's different ways of showing structural formulas which tell us what elements are involved and how they're bonded. We're going to be focusing in on drawing Lewis structures like this. So there's this a pretty, a lot of words here. So I wouldn't necessarily write all this. I would read it and just realize it's in the slide deck. But these are the steps that I recommend that you use to draw the Lewis structures. If you follow the steps, especially in this order, when you get to more challenging ones, you should get the right answer. So the order of these steps definitely matters. This is something else that you might want to take note of. So when you bond hydrogen, it's stable with just two. It doesn't need a full octet of electrons. So it's going to bond once and be done. So it'll never be in the middle. So it'll never be what we call a central atom. And we never add electrons to hydrogen. The halogens, group 17, similar to hydrogen, they only bond once, but they end up with 8, not just 2 electrons. So you can add electrons to them. You just don't ever want to double bond them, and you never want to put them in the middle. And then the central atom, if you're not sure which one goes in the middle, one is if you have carbon, it for sure goes in the middle. Otherwise, you can check you can't put the halogen or the hydrogen in the middle, and then otherwise look at electronegativity, put the one with the lowest electronegativity in the middle. So here's an example. Fluorine gas. We're going to draw the structure for this. So first thing we do is we calculate the electron cache. And we know that we have, for F2, there's 2 fluorines, and then we know there's 7 valence electrons. So my electron cache, which is my total number of valence electrons available, is 14. So that is right here, number 2. Predicting the location here, you can do this. I kind of actually do this first, I kind of flip those, but anyways, there is no central atom here. They're just going to be bonded, and we show them bonded with a single covalent bond. So you can see I had 14 electrons, and now I have used up 2 in that single bond. Just going to move that a little. So I'm going to keep track over here. You don't have to show your work, but I'm going to show it because I'm trying to explain. So I have 12 left. So when I place the electrons, I'm going to place them in pairs around the outside elements. If I had a central atom, I would not place them on the central atom until the very end. So, and now you can see that I just placed 6 electrons, and I'm not going to add anymore because right now this fluorine has 8. So, but I am going to keep adding. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So I used up all my electrons, and both of the fluorines can count the 2 electrons as their own. So they both have 8 valence electrons. They're following the octet rule. Next one is, I was going to do ammonia. I'm going to make it a little bit more interesting, and we'll do NCl3. So let's again calculate the cache. So we have 1 nitrogen in this formula and 3 chlorines. Nitrogen has 5 valence electrons, chlorine has 7. So I end up with 26 electrons. That's my electron cache. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put the N in the middle. Chlorine's a halogen, it can't go in the middle. And then I'm going to single bond it to the chlorines. And you can see each one of those lines is 2 electrons. So I really just used up 6 electrons. So I have 20 left. And I'm going to start on the outside and place them in pairs. So there, I'm going to be done with that chlorine because now it has 8. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. And if I have enough, which I do, then I go to the central atom. So I do the central atom, the nitrogen is the central atom. I give the electrons to the outside atoms before I go to the central atom. Let's do another one. So this one here is another compound. So let's calculate the cash. If you want to try doing it on your own and then watching, that would be awesome. So you can see that we have a total of 20 electrons. Chlorine cannot go in the middle because it's a halogen. So now I've used up 4 electrons because I have 2 single bonds. So I have 16 left. Place them in pairs, 1, 2, 4, 6. Then I go to the other. I don't go to the sulfur until very last if I have enough. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Now I go here, 14, 16. And then I evaluate it. I can see that this carbon has 8. This, oh, I said carbon, chlorine. This chlorine has 8. And this sulfur has 8. And that is it for this video.